Today, we're going to be talking about the format string definition, which is a property of either a measure or a calculation group item that allows you to set a dynamic formatting expression via DAX. Now, these are really cool on their own because they allow you to do things like this right here, where we have different units of measure depending on the actual number that's being fed into it. But they're more than just a fun party trick. They can help you create consistency across multiple reports and semantic models in your own company. Now, I'm going to tell you how that works and how DAX UDFs are involved in this video. But first, if you enjoy videos like this, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, give this a thumbs up, and let's jump back into the computer to talk DAX UDFs and dynamic formatting. Okay, so first things first, the format string definition is how you can set dynamic formatting via a DAX expression. There's a lot of different ways that you can set this property. So let's go through the most technically complex all the way to the least complex. The most technically complex is you can use a third-party tool. So in this case, I'm using Tabular Editor. Here is that dynamic formatting string expression, and I am setting it right here to a DAX expression. Alternatively, you can also go ahead and you could use a C# script to go ahead and set this. The next way that you could do this, that's also pretty technically complex, is you can use Timdal, right? So here I am setting the format string definition property via Timdal to this DAX expression right here. And you can tell that I'm doing that because it's indented right here, right? So uh, that's Timdal. And then the third way that you can do this is you can do this in model view. You can go ahead and you can select a measure, and then you can go ahead and set the format setting all the way down away from custom to dynamic, at which point you can then enter in your DAX expression either here or by clicking this button into the formatting bar and switching into it right here. Now, this dynamic formatting is really cool because you can do things like what we're doing right here, which is saying, hey, if the current value of the selected measure is over 1,000,000, then return it in millions. If the current value is over 1,000, then return it in thousands. Otherwise, just return it as regular USD. As long as the DAX expression is returning a valid formatting string, it will work. And so you can use DAX to switch out the strings on the fly, dependent on a lot of different conditions. But for example, this formatting string right here produces numbers right here that are all scaled slightly differently. Now, if you didn't know Power BI could do this, I would assume you find what I just showed you pretty exciting. But how can we combine it with a new feature to make it even better? So for example, DAX UDFs. And the reason why I bring up DAX UDFs is because one of the first packages that was released was formatting string, and it was published out by SQL BI and Kurt. And by the way, I'll link this down below. But essentially what this is a DAX UDF that returns a format, like a simple formatting string. So if you look, you can kind of see the code and how this is working, right? So it's putting together formatting strings. And by the way, if you're interested in learning how to build custom formatting strings of your own, I just made a video on that and I'll link that on the screen right now. But jumping back into it, yeah, DAX UDFs and formatting strings, they go together really, really, really well. And the reality when you're talking about DAX UDFs is that they're very advanced functionality that are pretty much going to be written by either large corporations or consultants in order to standardize specific pieces of logic. And what's one of the things that you want to standardize across a company? Well, it is the formatting of measures. And that is because the precision that a measure is displayed at, in particular for percent, so like 1 decimal, 2 decimal places, 3 decimal places, can make a big deal in how the result or the KPI or measure is actually interpreted. So how then do DAX UDFs and dynamic formatting strings link together? Well, if you're a company or a corporation that's wanting to standardize formatting across a wide range of Power BI developers with different skill sets, what you can do is build a DAX UDF like this one. Now, this DAX UDF just takes in a measure name as a string, and then it uses a simple switch statement to return different custom formatting strings. which then you can go ahead and you can set the measure string definition or the dynamic formatting equal to that UDF and pass it in the measure name. So, for example, here I'm passing in revenue calc into a UDF that has a switch statement that has revenue calc and automatically format this revenue KPI exactly the same way every single time across every single report. Now, of course, this is assuming that they're entering in select measures, assuming that revenue calc exists. But let's just say that this measure was named revenue, right, instead. And I knew that the formatting string that I needed to use in this UDF was called revenue calc. I could simply go right here and I just put in single quotes, put in double quotes, and go ahead and hit apply. And of course, I formatted something incorrectly. Oh, because our measure name already exists, so I'll call this revenue new. Hit apply, and then when you go on over right here, and we bring in that measure, you'll see that that formatting string is already being applied. But here's the really cool thing. This goes further than just an easy way to standardize logic across all of your reports, because let me throw out a hypothetical at you. What happens if you want to update the formatting of a particular KPI across all of your reports, maybe moving it from a 1 decimal precision to a 2 decimal precision? With this method, all you need to go ahead and do is essentially update the function in every single report and it'll flow through. And you can script something like that using C# or probably a Fabric notebook. Okay, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.